to take a sudden chill. Cruella, Cruella.
I've already applied a foundation and color corrected some spots. And now I'm just gonna use some cream foundation to highlight and contour. I'm gonna mix these together to get the perfect shade. I'm gonna apply the lighter shade of highlight onto the bridge of my nose, my forehead, underneath my eyes, and also on my chin. Cruella de Vil has a very bony and skeletal-like face, so you really want to go very harsh with the highlights and contours. When I'm contouring my cheekbone, I'm kind of dragging it downwards to be more skeletal rather than just defined. I'm also going to contour my jaw, the sides of my nose, and a little bit on the sides of my forehead. Cruella also has a very defined nose, so don't be afraid to do that. I'm gonna blend everything out with my beauty blender. First, I'm gonna blend the highlights, and I'm also gonna blend the nose with the highlights so that the highlight on the sponge just kind of diffuses that harsh line a little. But for my cheekbone contour, I'm just going to use the side of the sponge where there isn't highlight cream. You want to gently pat this out to diffuse it but not get rid of that harsh contour. I'm going to set everything in with my favorite loose powder. I'm just applying it with a brush onto the high points of my face. You want to pack this on to prevent it from creasing. I'm just going to use a larger brush to brush it all over the rest of my face. Just to set the shading, I'm going to use the darker shade of my Too Cool for School Art Class by Rodin shading thing. I'm basically applying this over wherever I contoured to kind of soften it and also set it. Now for the brows, first I'm just going to brush through them to make sure everything's in place, and then I'm going to use an eyelash glue and a spoolie and flatten the tail ends of my brows. The key is to just keep layering the eyelash glue or liquid latex until you get something that's relatively flat. My eyebrows are very thick and bushy, so I wasn't exactly expecting to get a flawless finish, but if you have thinner eyebrows, this wouldn't be a problem for you. I'm then gonna cover up the eyebrows with our highlight shade. Here you see me desperately trying to get a very smooth finish, but I eventually realized it was kind of impossible. I'm gonna use the black from my Makeup Forever Flash palette to draw in my new brows. Cruella has these very thin arched brows, so I'm just drawing them up in a very, I guess, angry and evil kind of way. Basically, the top of your old brow is now the bottom of your new brow. And your old brow kind of serves as a brow bone highlight, I guess. Don't be afraid to go in now and then with your concealer just to clean up. I'm gonna set this in with my blackest black eyeshadow. And I'm also going to apply this to the front of the brows just so that everything blends in. Now I'm going to prime my eyes with my usual eyeshadow primer. I'm just going to apply this onto the lid and pat it out with my finger. Now I know up close my brows look a little gnarly, but like I said, if you have thinner brows, you really don't need to worry about this because it probably won't be as bad as mine. I kind of allowed myself to overlook this because I knew I could retouch it, and also because I wasn't going anywhere. So first I'm going to use a matte brown eyeshadow just to map out the halo eye shape that we're going for. Cruella has like very old school round eyes, so you really want to focus this color on the outer and the inner corners of the eye. I'm just going slowly just to build the color. On the inner corner, I'm kind of dragging it down the nose bridge, but just leaving that inner corner area bare for a highlight later on. I'm also going to go in with a clean blending brush just to make sure the edges are really nice and smooth. Notice how I'm not blending the two together in the middle. I'm also going to use just a touch of black just to define the corners. You want to make sure this is nicely blended and smooth, so just go back and forth with your eyeshadows so that everything is nice and smooth. I'm also going to run the matte brown eyeshadow on my lower lash line and blend it out with a bigger brush. For my main lid color, I'm just going in with this kind of turquoise color first as a base. I'm just patting this onto the lid and kind of dragging it upwards to the crease. I'm gonna go back in with some of the brown just to make sure the color is mostly concentrated on the middle of the lid. Now I'm going in with this beautiful duochrome pigment. It has like this turquoise brown kind of shift, so it blends in really well with the brown eyeshadow and also gives us that pop. Considering this is a loose eyeshadow, it's going to have some fallout, so just brush it away. And I'm also going to bring this eyeshadow upwards through the crease. I'm going to highlight my inner corner with a matte white eyeshadow just to give some drama. And I'm also going to use this on the brow bone, I guess. I'm going to use a light nude shadow just to diffuse that highlight on the brow bone. And also blend out the edges of my eyeshadow. I'm just gonna draw a very thin line on my eyes just to mask the falsies that I'm gonna apply later on. Like I said, we're going for a more rounded eye look, so no winged liner here. I'm also gonna smudge a bit of black onto the outer corner on the lower lash line. So I applied some rounder falsies from Bambi Lashes. I also applied mascara to my lower lash line. I'm just gonna define my cheekbones a little bit more with NYX's Taupe Blush because I felt like they needed just a bit more drama over there. I'm using a matte white eyeshadow to highlight my face because I really want to go very defined here. I'm not going with the shimmery one because I want the facial structure to just look very real in a sense. For my lips, because I'm going for a darker rendition of Cruella de Vil, I'm using this blackened metallic red lipstick that is really beautiful. I assume if you're going for a more classic Cruella look, you could go with a bold red lip. And I would also suggest going a little brighter with the eyeshadow, but I'm putting my own spin on it, so I went darker. And now, do your hair. If you don't already have a blonde streak in your hair, it's time for you to get one. Grab a white eyeliner to be your little cigarette thing, and you are done. I also threw on a fur coat because how could you not? It's Cruella. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial as much as I enjoyed making it and struggling with my brows. If you want to see another video, just click the box over there. Check out my blog for a full list of products and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Thanks for watching once again. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.